Hi guys! Welcome to my vlog. Hello language and hello learning. Shout out to all my Kalingo, which means language. Join me in this journey of learning language in developing materials. By the way guys, mga Kalingo, if you're first time to visit this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will be updated to all my upcoming videos. And if you think that this video helps you and makes you happy, give me some love and like this video to spread good vibes and positivity. Mga Kalingo, let me ask you a question. Are you aware of the materials used to facilitate teaching and learning? If that's the case, for today's video, I will gonna teach you some of the language materials in each principles that will be discussed later pertaining to materials development. Without further ado, let's go, mga Kalingo! Mga Kalingo, according to Tomlinson 1998, he defines language material as anything which is used by teachers and learners to facilitate the learning of a language. Anything. Yes, anything. As long as it is used to facilitate the language learning. It could be called language materials. By the way mga Kalingo, this video is entitled Create or Recreate Me, where we may able to adapt or to create a language learning materials that employs each of the principles of materials development. We have 17 principles of materials development. Take note mga Kalingo that in every principles we may have more than one language materials depending on the given principle stated. Let's begin with principle number 1. Materials contain a lot of spoken and written text which provides extensive experience of language being used in order to achieve outcomes in a variety of text types and genres. The material development that could be used is textbooks. Textbooks because it also contains spoken or written text which plays a vital role in teaching learning process. They provide the basic framework which much the classroom activities occur and also gives every child the best possible opportunities for teaching and learning the language. Principle number 2. Language learners are exposed to a authentic in the sense that it represents the language is typically used. The language materials could be used is news writing and reporting, because news writing and reporting shows an authentic use of language, because for most, value of the news is the utility to empower to be informed. The purpose of journalism is thus to provide a citizen with an information that needed to make the best possible decision about their lives, their communities, their societies, and their government, which they're based on their experience of using the language. Third principle, language input is contextualized. Language use is determined and interpreted in relation to a context of use. The language material could be used, mga Kalingo, is think of at least 3 different interpretations of the sentence, give him the keys, let him drive it. Only extended samples of language is contextualized. It is used to provide learners with the information they needed to develop awareness of how the target language is actually used. Principle number 4. Learners are exposed to sufficient sample of language in authentic use to provide natural recycling of language, items, and features which might be useful to the learners to acquire. The language material could be used as task-free activities, or may also called motivational activities. This involves the beginning of every lesson. It could be in reading, a poem, a storytelling, joke, or anecdote. Principle number 5. Prioritize the potential for engagement. And in order to prioritize the potential for engagement, we could use the language material, which is the text, task, to effective and cognitive development. Basing a unit on a context or task which is likely to achieve an effective and cognitive development rather than on a teaching point selected from a syllabus. This kind of language materials physically focus on effective and cognitive development of students rather than choosing those activities in line with the syllabus. So better teach from the heart and not from the book. A task-based activity is one of the students wherein the language to achieve the specific outcome is the best. It reflects the real life and allow the students to use whatever language they want as long as they are able to complete the task. Principle number 6. Activities which gets the learners to think about what they are reading, listening to, and to respond to it personally. We could use the language material which is reading comprehension. Reading comprehension is the ability to process text, understand its meaning, and to integrate with what the readers already know. Principle number 7. Activities which gets the learners to think and feel before, during, and after using the target language for communication. The language materials could be used is text-driven approach, which is starting to the point for developing each unit potential engaging spoken or written text. First, we all devise the readiness of activities which helps the learners to activate their mind prior to experience the text. We can give the learners a holistic focus to think about when experiencing the text, and you can be able to invite them to articulate their personal responses to the text before going to use and stimulate their own language production. Principle number 8. Activities which gets the learners to visualize and or use inner speech before, during, and after experiencing in written or spoken text. The language material could be used is the research-based opinion. This research-based opinion is an opinionated essay which tackles the viewpoint based on the objective analysis of the happenings or issues that affects all over the world. All of the arguments are supported with the research study by the different authors. The principle number 9. Activities which gets the learners to visualize and or use inner speech before, during, and after using the language themselves. We can use the language material which is critical essay. A critical essay is a form of academic writing that analyzes, interprets, and or evaluates a text in a critical essay manner. An author makes a claim about how particular ideas or theme are conveyed on a text. Then it supports the claim with an evidence from my primary or secondary sources. Principle number 10. Activities which helps the learners in reflect to their mental ability during the task and then try to make more use of their mental strategies in a similar task. We can use the language material, which is revisualization of their personal experiences. By asking the students to read a poem about their first day of school, we can be able to visualize their own experience and then ask them how they feel about it, using their recall in memory, which is the mental process of retrieval of information from the past. Along with the encoding storage, it is one of the three core processes of memory. Principle number 11. Learners are the first of all the provided an experience which engages them holistically. From this experience, they learn the implicitly without focusing conscious attention on any particular features of experience. The language material could be used is experiential approach using the reflection essay. Later, by using the revisit and reflect of their experience and pay to the conscious attention to the feature of it in order to achieve the explicit learning. Experiential learning is using through the experience, and it is more specifically defined as a learning through the reflection on doing. Principle number 12. In it, it is much more powerful to help the learners, preferably in collaborative, to make the discoveries for themselves. In the use of collaboration, we can use the language material, which is small group discussion. By using this, we can came the students together to share their discoveries, and then they can write a version of the text based on the given topic. This small group discussion provided the students the opportunity to share their ideas and opinion without having to address the entire class. Principle number 13. Provide many opportunities for the learners to produce language in order to achieve intended outcomes. We can use the language material, which is class recitation. Class recitation provides many opportunities for students or the learners to produce their language. By giving them the opportunity, the students allow to learn and review the material in a small group environment. They often foster the confidence in students to participate and ask questions in the class without pressure of a large audience. The principle number 14. Output activities are designed so that the learners are using language rather than just practicing the specified feature of it. The language material could be used is impromptu speaking. Impromptu speaking is a speech that a person delivers without the predetermined or preparation. The impromptu speech assignment is designed to help to develop resources so you can shine with other falter. The impromptu speaking reinforces all aspects of good public speaking, quick thinking, sound argumentation, strategic word choice, and engaged delivery. Principle number 15. Output activities so that they may help the learners to develop their ability to communicate fluently, accurately, appropriately, and effectively. The language material could be used is theater play. Theater play engages the learner in a variety of left and right brain activities, reciting a dialogue, singing a song, writing a story, and so on. This drama helps the learners to develop their language and communication skills. Learning a new song, playing new games, participating, and pretend play will be used to contribute effectively to the students' communicational ability. Principle number 16. Output activities are fully contextualized in that the learners are responding to an authentic stimulus. The language material could be used is a text, a need, viewpoint, or an event. Material should maximize the learner potential by stimulating the right and left brain activities. Through the mechanical drills, rule learning, simple transformation, activities stimulate materials processing. And lastly, the principle number 17. Ensure that opportunities for feedback are built into an output activities and provided for the learning afterwards. The language material could be used is personal experience essay, where it develops the lot of materials in which the students have to produce a text, which is the development from one they have then experienced. A personal experience essay focuses on your experience and the importance of the experiences and impact that it has you have been outlined in your personal experiences. So mga kalingo, I hope that you have learned something today about the language materials in each 17 principles that we have been discussed a while ago pertaining to materials development. If you enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. That's all for today. God bless, and to God be the glory. Let's go! Go Lingo!